Hi there and welcome to this episode of Life on Lockdown with me, Jonathan Pitter, where I'll be bringing you all things mental health and wellbeing while the UK is on lockdown. The theme of today's episode is around control, specifically how to handle the lack of control we all currently have over our situation. The godfather of positive psychology, Martin Seligman, coined a phrase, learned helplessness, and it's a state that he refers to when we become powerless, when we've constantly been trying to control things we have no control over. This state is thought to have a negative impact on both our physical and mental well-being, and Seligman even believed that this is one of the main causes of us becoming depressed. So to avoid this feeling of powerlessness and helplessness, we're going to borrow a technique from the ancient Stoics, and we're going to learn to categorise our frustrations according to the amount of control we have over them. Here's how you do it. First of all, I want to visualise 3 buckets in front of you. Bucket 1, this is your direct control bucket. This contains all the things that you're frustrated about that are to do with your own behaviours. For example, are you getting a bit annoyed that you're staying up late at night on social media and then waking up in the morning really tired and struggling to get started for the day? If so, the remedy to things in this category is to work on changing our own habits of behaviour. So for example, you might want to work on setting a limit on the amount of time you allow yourself on social media in the evenings. This is our direct control bucket. This bucket here, this is our indirect control bucket. And in there go all the things to do with other people's behaviours that are frustrating us. Probably have a lot in this bucket. I'll give you an example. Are you getting a bit frustrated at your neighbours maybe flouting the social distancing rules or the self-isolation rules? If so, that would belong in this bucket, your indirect bucket. The remedy to things that go in our indirect bucket isn't to tell people they're wrong or tell them what to do, because we know that being told what to do rarely works. If someone tells us what to do, we usually dig our heels in and keep doing what we've already done. So the remedy for anything in your indirect control bucket is to work on persuasion, influence. How can you get those people to want to do what you want them to do? I'll give you an example. Could you maybe appeal to your neighbours into their selfish interests? Could you appeal to their own interest and explain some of the impact they might be having on their own family members or their own friends by not following the rules that have been laid down? And finally, we have our no control bucket. These are the things that we have no control over, such as the weather, taxes, the economy, the coronavirus itself. We have no control over these things in this bucket, so therefore we need to learn to be a bit more accepting of anything that goes in here. Now, by accepting, I don't mean resignation, I don't mean giving up, I mean acceptance as in allowing things to be as they are until we can work out a way to resolve them. So just to recap, your first bucket here is your direct control bucket. These are the things to do that are frustrating you, to do with your own behaviours. The remedy here is to work on changing your own habits. This is your indirect control bucket. The remedy to things that go in here, and these are things to do with other people's behaviour. The remedy is learn to be more persuasive. How can you get people to want to do what you want them to do? And finally, your no control bucket over here. These are things we have no control over, so we just have to learn to be more accepting and allow them to unfold until we can work out a way to resolve them. So, hope this has been a useful session for you. I look forward to speaking to you again soon, and in the meantime, keep calm and carry on.